We'll holler out and tell you that the Blazers have won 4 in a row. They're on the road for the first of 4. From here they go to Charlotte, and they'll be there Friday, then to Washington Saturday, and to the very tough Minnesota Timberwolves on Sunday. But this is a game that would afford the Blazers an opportunity to jump off to a good start on this road trip. The Nets are not healthy. Even their players that are out there playing, i.e. Jason Williams, are banged up with Williams' case, a broken nose, a bumped shoulder, a bad foot. There he is, the $86 million man. And he'll be going against Arvydas Sabonis. Damon Stoudemire coming off not a typical Damon game, looking to get back on the track. And here's our Godfather starting pizza lineup for you tonight, Stephen.
The guy that the Trailblazers really have to be concerned about in this lineup is Van Horn. Van Horn is on a very good roll, creates a lot of pressure up front. So you're going to see people running at Van Horn, trying to make Kittles, who's only shooting in the 30s, get untracked. Kerry Kittles last year was a terrific player for him, has not found that form. Kendall Gill is struggling as well. And this is a team that thrives on their offensive energy.
Eric Murdoch will be starting in place of Sam Cassell. Murdoch didn't even figure to be on this club until Sherm Douglas turned them down, and they had to get a backup for Cassell, so they bring in Murdoch. He's been around a while, averaging 8 points a game. Mike Dunleavy out here making sure how the matchups go off the jump ball, and it's Arvydas Sabonis that wins the tip. Damon Stoudemire averaging 13-plus points a game. JR 17, Sabonis 12.5. Walt Williams with the ball around 11, and Brian Grant with 11 also. Ryder back to Damon. Walt, they can get him going from the outside. It would be a good start. Ryder taps it loose. There'll be a loose ball foul. It should be called against Jay. No, it's on Arvydas Sabonis. So very quickly, as has been the pattern, Arvydas gets a foul. One personal, one team. The Nets take over.
You know, Jason Williams is an undersized center, but he seems to have great success against people that are a lot taller than him. On Sunday against Rick Smith, he got him in foul trouble, had him sitting on the bench a lot. And, you know, he's attacking right now against Arvydas Sabonis.
Well, he has to do something after last night. He had 1 point against Patrick Ewing, and you knew that Williams would come into this game determined to try and make amends for an AWOL last night. Pick and slip, Sabonis from Ryder. We got 2 back. And we're all even here at 2-2. The Nets, Van Horn leads them in scoring, 21.4, 8th best in the league. Gill at 11-2. Williams around 7. Murdoch at 8, and Kittles at 12.5 a night.
Mismatch for Kendall Gill against Grant, and what Portland's got to do is protect against the drive. Gill is very streaky from the perimeter. That one was short.
He's playing at a 3, and I'm not so sure that that's his best position, and that's a 3 from Walt Williams. Walt Williams, who got 1 of 2 going tonight. Walter over 50% outside of the 3 line. Is Gill a 3 or a 2?
Kendall Gill is legitimately a 3, but he's a drive 3. When he's bringing the ball to the rim, he creates problems. What John Calipari wants from his team is what Kittles just did. Get the ball, find the lane, take it to the basket, get fouled. This is what they did so much and so well a year ago, was keep driving the ball, keeping offensive pressure and presence on the opponent.
Blazers with a 1-point lead, and Kerry Kittles at the line. And Kittles, who missed several games early, back. He also with leg woes. We have a tie ball game at 5 each. Kittles really is a fellow with tremendous amount of upside, and on the turnover, the Blazers will bring it, or the Nets will bring it back. Kittles, 6'5", a real like 179 pounds, 3 years from Villanova.
You know, he's like Reggie Miller in that he's a terrific perimeter player, but he is struggling right now, and Calipari's looking for him to get some confidence. Van Horn with a miss. Kendall Gill couldn't get the tap.
Van Horn off night. He was 5 for 17 against the Knicks, the Gods, last night. One shot looked good, didn't go. Here they come. Blazers trying to put it in transition, and this is really a better transition team also. And that time you saw Van Horn shooting it off the catch. And it's a 7-5 New Jersey lead.
But they want transition, you know, and they want the kind of transition that allows their opponents or makes their opponents shoot the ball quickly and from the outside. If they can do that, they figure they got a chance. Grant on the inside.
Touch pass on the return. Nicely done by the Trailblazers. 7-7, we're tied. Another nice drive by Kerry Kittles. And they're going to have to tighten up on him. Kittles is a talent. Hurt his knee in training camp. Now just playing his way back into shape.
Ryder, when he gets guys like Kittles on him, he likes to bruise them inside. Let's see if he can overpower Kittles. Lost the total down. 9 on the clock.
Arvidas will shoot. Arvidas won't get. Great block out by Keith Van Horn. Well, if they ever get this team healthy, they are not a 2-8 ball club.
Well, it's a dangerous team. And, you know, as I said before, what's holding them back is mental toughness. Every team is going to go through some adversity. They've gone through theirs. Can they play through it? It's up to Portland to come in and try to take advantage of it right now. Keep them shaking their heads and not believing they can get it done. Stoudemire.
Damon, who had problems trying to penetrate the other night in the game against Golden State, gets one off here, but the shot won't go for him. Murdoch getting in deep to Van Horn. They're going with their big guys as Walt Williams comes through and gets the rebound. Damon on the push and on the drive. And it's rejected and a foul called on the inside.
That's the kind of offensive energy and pressure you want to keep on the Jersey defense. Make them get back. And this is a quick, hard push and a very good decision by Stoudemire. Walt Williams has the defense beat. Kendall Gill has to come from the rear, picks up the foul.
Walter at the foul line gets one of them back. It is now 11-8.
Walter signifies that you're on very good terms with him.
Well,
very good personal relationship.
You know, after a while you get that way, Steve. You feel like you can be a little, maybe even colloquial and some things, and maybe change things around and make everybody feel comfortable. 11-9, Blazers trailing by 2. Murdoch distributes the ball. Kittles on the slash. Blocked by Arvidas. Dug out by Williams. Good offensive rebounder. And on the drive, Murdoch gets 2. Murdoch is an 8-year guy, 6'1", 200, played at Providence. Originally a first-round draft pick of the Utah Jazz. He's been with several teams. Milwaukee, Vancouver, Denver, now here. Knocked away from Ryder. Out ahead to Kittles. Kittles on the layover. And the New Jersey Ball Club is a 15-9 leader.
Ryder never had control of that one, slapped it away. Thinks he should have gotten a call, but got nothing.
Brian Grant comes away from the basket, high, wide, right. Inside to Arvidas, stripped on the way up. Sabonis not able to hang on, and the Nets come away with it. Murdoch will hold up the fist hand and run a set play.
They're running a pick and roll with Jason Williams, and what they're trying to do is get Murdoch all the way in. Couldn't finish, couldn't find a seam to get it to the glass.
Ryan Grant with a rebound, lob it ahead. J.R. Damon Stoudemire, and J.R.'s got 2. Well, J.R., like Ryan Grant, really been tough the last 4 games.
But there are going to be a lot of shots. So with the pace of the game, what you have to do if you're missing a couple of shots is make sure that you just keep your pace.
15-11, New Jersey. Timeout. This trip before heading home to get the Utah Jazz on next Tuesday night. Murdoch and Kendall Gill. Gill's been quite a player in this league for a while. Keith Van Horn looks to slash on Brian Grant. Cheating over to help Walt Williams. There's Kendall Gill. Gill's got 2. Gill at 6'5", 9 years, Illinois. Number 1 pick Charlotte when he came out, averaging over 13 a game a year ago. This year, Kendall Gill, 11.5. Walt, right across the lane, left to right, jump hook, a little Bambino. He threw up a baby hook, and it's 17-13. Blazers trailing here in the first quarter. Jason Williams stops, turns, pulls up on Arvidas, and Arvidas went for the fake, and that was it. Jason Williams having a good start to his game tonight. He's got 6.
Put a clock on the net and see how much time they use. They want that ball to come up very quickly, and they'd like to see the opponent get in the same kind of game. Stoudemire with a miss.
Boy, they're doing a lot of ball taking away from the Blazers on the way up. And again on the drive, Jason Williams, and fouled on the way in by Arvidas Sabonis. Greg Willard working the game tonight, along with Ron Garrettson and Benny Adams.
In a sprint, and you'll see 4 or 5 jerseys down, so Portland's going to have to do a better job of getting back defensively. Late whistle, Sabonis thought he might have gotten away with something, but he picked up the second personal foul. Jason Williams on the line.
19-13, Nets looking to stretch. Jason Williams misses the first. This is the in-house comedian here, who's rapidly gaining a reputation around the country of being a pretty good stand-up or sit-down comic. Jason Williams, very humorous fellow.
Feet up, Terry! Feet up!
Makes 1 and 2. Terminates the dribble, does Damon.
What they like to do is trap the ball. What they're trying to force the opponent to do is not necessarily turn it over. They'll take that, but they want to force a quick jump shot from the opponent, then get the ball back and try to strike quickly themselves.
20-13. The Nets with the lead. Murdoch trying to back Damon down. Got a little size on him. Van Horn with a swing jumper on Rasheed, who just came in the game. He replaced Arvidas, who went out with the 2 fouls. JR put it down, tries to split the D, then throws it back to Damon Stoudemire. Nets lost last night 82-74, shooting 29%. Not that bad. Damon on the penetration, and he got away with that one as they just kind of parted the waters for him. And it's 20-15 now, the New Jersey Nets.
First strike for Damon. He's been struggling at the offensive end, looking for something that's going to get him going. Van Horn traveled, tried to surprise the defense, didn't put it down, moved both feet.
Steve, he can hit the 3 or he can slash to the cup. Only 23 years old. His inside and outside game are equally good.
Well, I think what's better about Van Horn than advertised is his competitive spirit and his will to win. He's much tougher. Everybody thought coming in he was going to be a soft opponent, and when he got to the being alive, Murdoch knocked that one away. 7 on the shot clock.
Nice save for the Blazers. Brian Grant tries to come back and get one on the base. Saved by Williams. Knocked away and out of bounds. Touch last by the Trailblazers. Rasheed Wallace. It'll come back to the Nets.
Tapped out by Rasheed.
They had 23 seconds on that shot clock, so they give it to the Nets, and over the line they come. Murdoch working against Damon Stoudemire. Backing down.
When you see the Nets run their offense, it doesn't look like they're running anything or any one guy. They're a one-on-one team. Van Horn misses inside.
There's Damon again, trying to leave and does for Brian Grant. Off the dish, nice pass to J.R. Ryder, and they miss it. Ryder on the miss after a good dish inside by Brian. 20-50 Nets. And immediately trying to go down deep again to Van Horn, and Van Horn turns it over for the second time tonight.
Van Horn pointing at himself and saying it was his mistake, but Van Horn is not a player that likes to post and spin off of people. He's much better when he's facing the basket. Timeout Portland.
So with the timeout, the Blazers with 3:27 to play in the quarter, trailing at 5-5, 20-15. The robotic slam.
This is a nice effort. The middle opens up for him, and it's a tough shot to make, that little runner, but he does a very good job with it, and that's part of his offensive arsenal. But he's going to get chances to drive the ball to the hoop, so he's got to look to try to get that shot and better ones as this ball game progresses. Walt Williams for 3.
All by himself. Brian Grant found him, and the shot won't fall. Well, you're not going to get a better look than that if you're a long ball shooter. Here's Kerry Kittles. They lead by 5. Murdoch thought about letting it fly. Now waits for Williams to set the high screen. Ryan steps out, then jumps back to cover on his man. Williams in the hole. Good fakes by Murdoch. Murdoch with a series of good dribbles and fakes on the back down, and now it's 22-15, the New Jersey Nets.
You're down by 7, but there's 2:45 to go in the quarter. And again, the real key is the types of shots you take against the New Jersey Nets. And if you have some patience, you're going to get shots. Well, it's a tough try.
Shot it a little bit off balance. Out of there with the ball is Williams. Williams to Kittle. Flashes to the rack. Foul by Walt Williams. So Williams gets this foul.
Quick transition. All of the guys that play for New Jersey are thinking about getting to the offensive end as quickly as they can. Williams comes out of there on the dribble and makes a good pass ahead. So that means Portland's got to get everybody back and shut down any of the running game that Kittles and the Nets are going to throw at them.
Blazers now have 14 fouls in the quarter, and Kittles at the line. Makes on the first. Jimmy Jackson will come in. Walt Williams will go out. So Walt goes out. 1 foul, 5 points.
Kittles with a big start along with Jason Williams. He got 9 in the quarter, and this is a guy that Calipari's been begging to be aggressive at the offensive end. One of the things you can do against him, particularly when he's torching you, go back at him. Let's see if Ryder gets his shot.
Ryder on top. He lets one fly, and he's hit the home run. A 3-point shot by J.R. Ryder. And it's 24-18. Boy, those threes will get you back in it in a hurry. As Murdoch makes that cross-court pass, which could be dangerous, up to Chris Gatling, who just came on. And Gatling charging right in over the top of Brian Grant and called for the charge.
Well, they put Gatling in a funny position. He's a guy that's either going to score it or he's going to rebound it, but he's not going to pass it very often. And he got himself in the air, didn't know what he was going to do. Momentum carrying right into the Trailblazer defense. So Portland has a chance to creep a little bit closer.
Gatling should be rested, though, Steve. He only played 8 minutes last night. Oh, wide open. Stoudemire leads it for the streaking Ryder coming up along the left baseline. Beautiful. And then Ryder gets back and deflects the outlet pass very nicely intended for Kittle.
But that's patience. They get Stoudemire, the defense runs at him. He's willing to give it up, and Ryder makes a tough shot. 9 in the quarter for Ryder. He matches the total of Kerry Kittles, who comes out of the ball game. Scott Burrell in.
Scott Burrell, and this is the fellow that Jason Williams made the comment on what he would mean to the Nets. He said it means we have another fellow. We have 4 guys now with ball heads.
There is Jimmy Gill at his best. When he's bringing the ball to the rim, he creates problems for people that are trying to defend him because he's a strong, athletic player. 4 in the quarter for Gill.
And a 26-20 New Jersey lead. Into the corner, Stoudemire. Stoudemire to Wallace. Blazers very conscious of their follow jam attempt and an offensive basket interference against Brian Grant.
Grant doing what he does best, but that one was going to go back down for Rasheed Wallace. He gets a nice look at it. It bounces straight up and comes down, and Grant is in the basket area, so they take it away.
You don't really get mad at your man for that. That shows that he's right there, ready to do his job. Burrell. More often than not, that's the shot you want. You get an opportunity, it'll go for you.
Murdoch, that was really a good job of protecting the ball in the rim against Wallace's defense. 6 in the quarter for him.
Looking for the foul on the play, didn't get in. And now it's 28-20. The Nets 4 in a row. Stoudemire on the pull-up. Stoudemire forced the shot. Nothing but airmail. And then on the outlet, Jimmy Jackson. Right back to Damon. On the lob inside, guided by Wallace. The ball loose off the rim. Shot's not falling for the Blazers now. Kendall Gill on the outlet. Jason Williams in the lane. And it's 30-20.
Tempo is not going to be a problem. What you can't do is let them shoot layups and you shoot jump shots. So you got to get back defensively, cut that off, because they'll shoot a jump shot for you. Then you got to bring it back the other way. Wallace.
That's a money in the bank shot for him. Rasheed Wallace makes it 30-22. Yesterday, of course, Rasheed over in Philadelphia with his coach for the homeless drive and had a big turnout at that. Kendall Gill, right down Broadway. By Ryder, and no one rotated over to pick him up. And it's now 30-22. Here's the long J at the end of the quarter. It should be 32-22, I believe. There it is. Just got it on the board. At the end of 1, the Nets by 10. 10-point lead. And I saw the game at the Garden last night against the Knicks. It's a different team that New Jersey's putting on the floor tonight. Different in the sense that they seem to be a lot less lethargic. They're attacking, playing much more aggressively. Last night, no contest. That's the fellow on, what is it? Who's that fellow, Steve?
You're out on your own. I don't know that fellow. I never saw him.
He's an NBC guy, I believe. That's why I thought you'd know him.
Yeah, right. The New Jersey's been very aggressive, and Portland has to match that aggressiveness. They will get a chance to get back in the ball game. They're down 10 points, And 10 points against New Jersey is not a lot of points. They can go dead in the water, as evidenced by their effort last night, 29%. So what you've got to do is get them shooting jump shots again and not allowing them to shoot layups. They had a very good attacking offense in that first quarter of play.
The Blazers have got to get on the boards because the Blazers were out-rebounded 13-7, and Jason Williams had 6 boards in that first quarter.
Stay up, Mike. Here you go.
Kendall Gill in the follow attempt by Williams. He's going over the back of people trying to get to those offensive rebounds. Saved by Scott Bryant. And a traveling violation on Rasheed Wallace.
What they're trying to do, and they're trying to catch Portland, which is just a beat slow right now. Williams beat everybody to the ball. It bounces up. Portland finally gets control of it, but Murdoch stepped in front of Wallace, who didn't see him, and turned it over.
Murdoch doing a good job on the back down. All the way to the rack. Got inside of Anthony, and Chris Gatling trying to follow up on it, and the Blazers have it. Up the middle, Anthony has Wallace ahead of him. Trailing on the play, Jimmy Jackson set up on the left. Trying to find a way to get to Wallace. Jackson on the penetration. Into Sabonis. He misses, and it's tipped in by Gatling. Give it to Sabonis. 32-24, the New Jersey Nets. Arvydas Sabonis with 4 points so far.
What they're trying to do is get more pressure on the point of attack. So some good aggressive pressure by Stacey Augmon. The first time the clock has gone under 10 for New Jersey. 7 on the shot clock.
Jason Williams. He's having a field day for him. He's not a scorer. He's got 11 points tonight. Remember, this guy averages less than 7 points a game. Stacey Augmon working on Scott Burrell.
But that medium-range jump shot, Eddie, that's the shot for him. And, you know, if you leave him uncontested, let his confidence get up, as they did in Indiana, he will hurt you from that spot all night long. Murdoch
dishes it off, and that's Burrell. Played with the Chicago Bulls last year, got a championship ring, and now he's taking it out to a 12-point lead, their big one. Burrell also can defend the smaller players. Pretty quick. Jason Williams trying to stop big Arvydas Sabonis.
Williams does well against bigger players, and that time Portland had the patience. They got him sealed, and Sabonis gets another 2.
Threw up that little grenade. There it was. And Gill on the drive, fouled on the play. Stacey Augmon on the foul. That's by 10.
Kittle's in the ball game. Gill down. Tim McIlvaine making his first appearance of the evening. Jason Williams out.
McIlvaine with Seattle last year, 7'1", 264, 5 years Marquette.
Now, the guys that are going to look to score the ball are one, Gatling and Kittles, and so you've got to really put some pressure on them, and once they miss, really come back the other way. Make them give you something cheap and in the high percentage area. Look at the Wallace.
As Jimmy Jackson on the miss. I inadvertently told you that the Nets would be at the line. It was not a shooting foul prior to the break, so that's why they inbounded the ball. And the ball will come back to the Blazers now with 9:13 to play here in the first half. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Arvydas and Wallace, Jimmy Jackson, Augmon, and Greg Anthony out there for Portland.
McIlvaine picking that loose ball foul. Another one, but the Nets are very, aggressive with the hands, and they're not going to get all of those whistles blown against them. So Portland's got to be protecting the basketball and aware of players digging back in once they try to come into the middle.
And when they go up for shots inside. 10 steals a game is what they are. As Augmon misses the dunk attempt, and here come the Nets again. Doing a job on the board so far. Cross court, deflected by Portland, out of bounds to New Jersey. 18 seconds on the shot clock, coming back in.
Augmon coming to the rim, and Mike Dunleavy wanted to call against McIlvaine, which would have been his second. He's asking officials, how could he miss that? But no call. You can expect that kind of treatment out on the road, so you got to toughen up. Gatling, second foul, as he charges right into Greg Anthony.
Both his fouls charges. 36-26. Trailblazers down by 10. Chris Gatling. He's been around from Old Dominion, formerly #1 by Golden State.
If you know anything about Gatling, he's going to try to get as close to the rim as he can, even though he's got a nice little baseline jumper. You know, the book on him is he wants to bring it inside. You get a foul. Well, you get a foul whenever McElvain is out on the floor, and that's his second. He has been in just about 2 minutes. He's averaging a foul a minute so far.
Big Mac just hit the Blazers with a whopper. Foul on McElvain.
Is that a play on food?
Well, I like that. We're playing on food. Yep. Jimmy Jackson backing in on Burrell. Draws the double back to an open Sabonis, and the Blazers shooting is not on the mark so far. Got a long way to go, however, with 8:23 remaining in the half. And as the Nets try and advance the ball, Greg Anthony is called for the shoving foul.
Sheed Wallace. Wallace trying to reach in and really bother pressure. Normally you don't get that kind of call, and Wallace is saying to the official, come on, you're not going to call that. But again, life on the road much different than it is at home, and so over the next 8:21, Portland's just got to toughen up at both ends of the floor.
Blazers with 2 team fouls now, the Nets with 3. On the base, little fall away Jay. That's Scott Burrell. Spy here. The coach is walking up and down right in front of us and steps straight in the way every now and then. So
steal. Murdoch has been very testy and active. Another layup for Eric Murdoch.
Boy, he's doing a nice job here filling in for Sam Cassell. And they now lead by 14. And a very quiet and calm John Calipari coaching all the way out toward midcourt. Anthony, nice drive.
That's what they're going to give you back, but you've got to work hard to get it. Anthony with the first 2 of the ball game.
40-28. Gatling on the thrust to the rack with a baby back hook. The miss tipped by McElvain, and the Blazers on the rush. Here's Augman. Augman inside the Jackson. Comes up short, finds it again. Traveling. Jimmy Jackson on the travel. 40-28. The Nets.
Good exchange between Augman and Jackson. Jackson kind of surprised, let it go short, and got it back. It didn't hit the rim, didn't hit anything, so it's a travel.
Van Horn back in the lineup for New Jersey. He led the league in minutes last year as a rookie. Down inside. Runner-up for Rookie of the Year, by the way, Van Horn. Nice drive by Kittles, leaves it off, and then he throws it away. Up to Jimmy Jackson, and Jackson lost the handle on it.
Too high for Van Horn. When they get into this kind of pace, you want to bring it to the rim. You don't want to settle for that quick outside jumper. Jackson gets on the scoreboard, first 2 of the night for Jackson.
Jackson, 7.5 points a game coming in. 40-30, Blazers down 10. Calipari calls for a time. Timeout. The Nets by 10 from the Meadowlands. Well, we had big news in the NBA today, Steve. Del Harris gone.
Well, it wasn't shocking. You lose to, Greg Anthony bumps McElvain off the ball, but if you lose to the Nuggets and you lose to the Vancouver Grizzlies for the first time ever, something as bad is going to happen to the head coach. This team is expected to win a championship. They're nowhere near championship.
Followed by Van Horn. So the Lakers will have a new coach, and I'm told that it's Kurt Rambis, even though Bill Burtka, one of the assistants, longtime assistant, will fill in on a 1-game interim basis. That may have changed, but I'm told Kurt Rambis is the one that got charged. Wallace has it rejected inside by McElvain. Well, that's what he's being paid to do. McElvain is a block shot artist.
Good quick spin, but McElvain comes off of Sabonis to make the save. Three on the shot clock for the Trailblazers, so they got to come out of this inbound knowing that there's little time on the clock. Get a good look at the hoop.
42-30, New Jersey with a lead here in the second. Augman, Sabonis had to get the shot away, blocked again by McElvain. And then the 24-second violation.
6 minutes left in the first half of play, and Dunleavy's got to know that the Nets will let him back in the game. He's got to keep prodding his troops to, pick up their energy level right now. The Nets are a little bit quicker to attack at both ends of the floor.
Kendall Gill backing in on Greg Anthony. Kerry Kittles worked down by Stacey Augmon. Note the matchups as Gill goes backdoor. And on the block inside, Sabonis. Bowling ball pass ahead, Anthony, up to Jimmy Jackson. And Wall Street all the way up and under, and it's good on the reverse. 42-32. Mike Dunleavy be about to make some wholesale changes. He's got 2 or 3 people down there. Kittles off the screen on the miss. Blazers need to turn the momentum around.
They just have to continue to attack. I mean, you're going to get baskets. And the Nets are a type of team that rely more on pace than they really do defense, and the fact that you're going to shoot the ball quickly from the outside. If you do that, you fall right into the game they want. Anthony deep.
Good ball movement to get to that point, and Augmon can't get to it before it goes out of bounds. So let's see what we have. We've got Ryder and Grant for sure coming in the game. Rasheed Wallace, Jimmy Jackson coming out. Stoudemire's coming back in. So Jackson will come out. Greg Anthony will stay. And we have 5:04 to play here in the first half. David did not get in yet. So Anthony defending on Gill. Trying to run Kittle off a back screen. Burrell's long-range bomb doesn't fly.
Now, when they shoot quickly deep, that's when you want to try to transition back the other way. Ryder trying to answer with a deep ball of his own.
And the rebound by Stacey Augmon and the follow. Not good. Foul called on the play.
You can't say that he is not going to lay some wood on you and get his money's worth when he's out there. McElvain picks up his 3rd foul, trying to make another block, and Jason Williams is waiting on the sideline. So I'm sure the Calipari is saying, I'd like to have seen more time out there for McElvain. Williams will come in after his free throw.
5 minutes of play for McElvain. He's got 3 fouls. Almost like what we saw out of Eric Riley. Not that bad. He fouled out in 7 minutes. When we saw Riley playing with the Celtics. McElvain comes out. Jason Williams has come back. Damon on. And now it'll be Brian Grant and Sabonis, the big boys up front. The Blazers get 1. Augmon, Damon, and J.R. Ryder for the Blazers. And now it's 42-33.
Right now.
Blazers within 9 with 4.5 to play in the half. Gill 6'5" on Damon. Back to Van Horn. They can shoot the ball from all over the floor. And now it's 44-33. The Nets. And the Blazers trying to attack.
Van Horn.
Number 1 on him.
Van Horn got out of position, down on the baseline, then trying to recover with the block. When that initial spin happened, he didn't keep moving his feet. A lot of pressure by Brian Grant. First trip to the line for Grant tonight.
And that foul was the 5th team foul against New Jersey, Steve. So that means it's over the limit time with 4:15 remaining here in the half. Blazers only have 2 team fouls in the quarter.
Well, that means the Blazers can be more aggressive at the defensive end, and offensively, they should be in an attacking mentality. Get back to the free throw line for the remainder of the quarter.
Jason Williams with 8 rebounds in the game. Just got that one. Kittles again. 6'5", 6'6", trying to back down, take advantage of the smaller Stoudemire. Scott Burrell. Thought about signing with a lot of teams. Came here, and Van Horn on that long range. He misses it. And it's deflected by Grant and Sabonis to Damon. Had JR hiding in the weeds over here, and the right side didn't see him. Into Sabonis. Quick move, the line blocked by Jason Williams. Venus thought there was a foul. Got no help. They come down with a man advantage, and Burrell with a shot. No! And the rebound blocked for by Kendall Gill, and there will be a loose ball foul.
Gill's going to say, why would I have to push on this? Now watch the quick spin by Sabonis. Could have got called for a hook there. Jason Williams comes up and underneath, got a piece of the arm. So you had 2 no calls.
So hopefully Stoudemire will come to the line and take advantage of these free throws. Penalty situation. Jermaine O'Neal, incidentally, will not play tonight. Back spasms, lower back. So if you're looking for Jermaine, not going to happen. Right now, we'll be seeing Walt Williams here in a moment. Eric Murdoch will also check in for the New Jersey team, and Damon misses the first. Stoudemire at 73% for the year. Here's Walter. And out comes Stacey Augmon. Kendall Gill will come away for them. You've got Murdoch, Kittles, Burrell, Jason Williams, and Keith Van Horn on right now for New Jersey. Pretty good little twisting move down inside by Brian Grant to try and get around Van Horn for the loose ball. It wasn't loose. The Blazers now within 9 again. 44-35, 3:23 to play here in the first half.
They've done a better job of keeping the Nets, who shot 63% in the first quarter, from getting into the high percentage area. They were driving and attacking Calipari, trying to post Van Horn. Can't get it done. 9 on the shot clock when they come back.
Boy, the Celtics are walloping the Orlando Magic at the half by 15, 50-35. Orlando off to a terrific start. And we've got a timeout here. The Nets call the timeout. That Orlando team is 9-2, losing at the half by 15 to Boston. Nets huddle Sacramento at Philadelphia. And it's 44-43. That game at the half. Don't forget now, you can join Nike and the Blazers as we honor coaches of any sport with the Nike Play Coach of the Game. Coaches of grades 1 through 12 are eligible for the award. Those selected receive a $500 gift from Nike for their sports programs. So kids, if your team's coach is an inspiration, respectful, has exceptional knowledge of the game, and encourages good sportsmanship and enthusiasm, write to the Blazers office to nominate your coach for the Nike Play Coach of the Game. Willis Reed, who will ever remember that tremendous entrance to the Garden during the World Championship Series when he was a member of the Knicks, hobbling with a bad leg and then inspiring his teams to the win. Stoudemire off the inbound, almost a steal. They come right back with it. Good hustle. Van Horn to the basket and fouled on the play. And the foul goes against Walt Williams.
So where are the Trailblazers struggling right now? It's in the hustle area. They make a good play. The ball goes free, and it is Eric Murdoch who gets it, swings it back. Now this is all against the shot clock, no possession. Walt Williams tagged for the foul. That is Walt's second person.
Willis Reed, incidentally, that shot of Willis, he's a vice president of the Nets, former general manager. First free throw by Van Horn, good. At the Garden last night, only 13 points, missed 12 shots. Did not look like he was on the mark at all, and obviously those numbers would support that statement. He didn't look comfortable there. They did a terrific job, the Knicks did, of doubling him every time he took the ball, put it on the floor, and tried to spin. There was a man they dropped down from the weak side, or from the top side, to try and help out on the defense. And the Blazers will inbound the ball with 12 on the clock after this timeout. 46-35, New Jersey. Well, we've got some quick stats for you, and so far the rebounding getting a little better. The Nets had a decided edge early on, but the Blazers are starting to close that rebound gap. And New Jersey is a good rebounding club, particularly on the offensive board where you have Jason Williams. Remember, Williams was the #2 rebounder in the NBA, but that fellow right there, Brian Grant, he's not all that bad either. He's among the leaders this week in NBA rebounding, and well, he should be averaging about 18.5 rebounds a game the last 4. Here's Damon. Damon on the peel, goes right to the basket, tries to come up and under, he can't. Damon's been having a lot of problems lately, Steve, trying to get to the basket on his drive.
Good choice, good choice.
46-35. He gets there, but then he has to take it up in the crowd, and he's had a lot of them swatted back at him.
Going to get an illegal defense, and Brian Grant was in between.
That's the first. Kind of like a warning, and then the next one you go to the line. 46-35. The New Jersey Nets lead by 11. Size 14. Murdoch tries to go back door. Gets there, tries to look for the man coming the other side. Murdoch playing an energized game tonight. Ryder going to Damon. Damon looking to set up the half-court offense. Grant down to the well. Walt's the second man through. Walt Williams in the crowd lost the ball, and again, those active hands by the Nets. They're down there scrapping, as Steve said, digging at everything around the basket. You really have to be careful to protect the ball.
What they've done well tonight is react to the ball. Now watch how many white jerseys will collapse in on Walt Williams. There are 4 players in white surrounding the ball, so it makes it difficult for him, A, to get a shot off, and see someone to pass to. So that means you need quicker movement and people without the ball moving toward the hoop, so they'll have a chance to pick up a loose ball or get a pass, lay it in.
Jump ball between Walt Williams and Kerry Kittles. And Walt comes out of there. Damon attacks for a moment, then pulls up. And again, they dig it out. Ryder's right there, however. Can't make it. Sabonis with the follow gets 2. Arvydas Sabonis following in and picking up a little garbage. And on the stick back, the Blazers now within 9. And we're under 2 to play here in the half.
See, when the Nets get tentative offensively, that's when you have a chance to make a run on them. Right now, they're a little confused in how to attack, working against the clock. Van Horn.
Back in the corner, Murdoch. Switch for a 3. Eric Murdoch. And Murdoch with 11 points for the night.
It's a different style of play for Eric Murdoch. He has been used to it. Played last year at the Miami Heat. Holding. Here, Calipari wants his players to be aggressive at the offensive end, and they want high-tempo game. Stoudemire, nice drive.
Beautiful drive and a finish that time for Damon Stoudemire, 49 to 39. New Jersey at 1:15 to play here in the second quarter, and Damon now with 6.
This is when Van Horn is tough to deal with, when he can turn and face the basket. Grant does a nice job making him take a tough shot.
Arvydas with a rebound. Out ahead to Grant, right there, out ahead, Brian Grant. Good hustle and a nice look inside by Damon. And it's 49-41, under a minute to play here in the second quarter. The Nets on top, Murdoch again backing down on Stoudemire, and they clear out a side to let the bigger Murdoch work on Stoudemire. Van Horn threw the ball away. Damon with a great read in the middle. 3-on-2 in the goal rush. Down Broadway! And the yellow brick road proves to be nice tonight for Damon Stoudemire. And Burrell walking, and on the turnover, the Blazers will get it back.
But the last couple of shots for the Trailblazers have all been right at the rim, and Van Horn committed himself to a pass, and it was a great reaction by Stoudemire, and he just kept the pressure on the defense, found the lane wide open, 2 more, so he gets 5 quick points, in the Trailblazers right back in the ball game, down 6.
25.6 seconds remaining. You see it on the Blazer box, lower right-hand corner. There's the big man. Peels back to the top. Tries to get it away. Block shot, Jason Williams. No foul call. Sabonis is frustrated. And now the Nets slow it up. And it gives Sabonis a chance to get back down and set up defensively.
Well, there's 6 seconds left in the half, and Murdoch going on his own.
Block shot, it'll go out of bounds. It'll come back to the Nets. And that will end the first half. Wait a second. I think we want to hold it right here. They may put, yeah, they do. They put 0.3 of a second on the clock, and they'll give the ball back to whom? New Jersey.
New Jersey's got the ball, but it's a catch-and-shoot situation. So what Portland's got to be aware of is the ball is just going to go in the air very quickly. Dunleavy making a couple of quick substitutions.
You got to have at least 0.3 of a second, and they put that up there. So let's see, as Steve mentioned, strictly a catch and shoot. And there's the lob, and there it is. They got it away. Wow. 49-43, make it 51-43 at the half, New Jersey. Suave here tonight in his outfit. Got the casual look on. Brian Grant, who, in case you did not hear earlier, has just been terrific this last 4 games in particular. 18.5 rebounds an average over that period of time. Arvydas has had Grant do a lot of the board work for him and the rest of his mates. He's come close on a couple of occasions over the stretch, Steve, of out-rebounding the whole team that they were playing. He has really been solid. 24 rebounds against Golden State was something.
Well, you know, the thing about rebounding is it's very hard work, and you've got to put yourself in a position to have a chance to get the ball. He didn't get that many chances in this ball game because of the pace of the game and the fact that the ball comes up very quickly. Van Horn, a turnover.
Under pressure by Brian Grant. John Calipari. Third year of his 5-year program is what he says. We'll get it all taken care of in 5 years, but some people say he may not be around to see it. Del Harris fell today. The Lakers fired him. And JR trying to advance the ball inside to Grant. Has it picked off. Here comes Murdoch in the nets. Down to Williams. Back to Murdoch. Fadeaway, no good. Brian Grant climbs that imaginary ladder and pulls down number 3. Stoudemire trying to set up his half court. Jackson misses, and Van Horn with a rebound. He's got 4. Jason Williams. Boy, he's shooting that little square-up jumper pretty nice tonight, playing with a broken left thumb.
That is his shot, you know, and he made it early, so his confidence is high in that shot. He's going to take it whenever he beats Sabonis down the floor. But Portland's really got to concentrate on getting back and find Sabonis in the lane. Kittles thought he knocked it out of his hand. Sabonis is saying he needs a break.
Now, that's the whole strategy when the ball goes inside to Arvydas. They see him loading it up around the waist, and he is getting picked clean almost every time. There it is, right there.
Down low, and if he's going to help himself and actually get more calls, he's got to keep the ball in a little bit closer to his body.
And Arvydas makes the first. Sabonis had a good scoring year against the Nets. He led the Blazers in scoring average against them in the series last year. Only 2 games. Blazers lost here by 6, won in Portland by 1. Taking his time. And the Blazers now have cut into the lead a little bit. It is 51-45. New Jersey still on top. Murdoch penetrates. Williams back to an open Van Horn. They just moved the ball to the open man, and the Blazers just a little bit late trying to get to that free guy.
But Van Horn is a big guy. Big guys suck back, and that's going to allow him to make that medium range shot. That's one of the weapons that Calipari counts on.
Brian immediately tries to get it down, and he can't. JR tried to get that ball, and he lost control of it. Ryder has been reaching back to the small of his back, Steve. I noticed during a timeout, as if it were bothering him. We've already lost Jermaine to back spasms. Ryder trying to stay with his man. They run him off a pick, and here's Murdoch, and he hits the 2. Boy, they do a good job of running off their screens. And they lead by 10. This is not even close to the team that I saw at the Garden last night. Walt Williams. And that was as pure as New England maple syrup. Baby was right there, right where he wanted.
Where Portland wants to slow down New Jersey at the point of attack. So if you can slow them down as they did in that second quarter of play, get them playing against the shot clock, you have a chance not only to control the pace of the game, but rebound the ball. Kittles, who was driving it early, hasn't been able to get back to the basket. Kendall Gill. Kendall
Gill, who's not been shooting the ball well this year, but that time he looked pretty good with it. Nice clean stroke, 38% coming into this game is what he was shooting from the floor. And now the Nets again lead by 10. 57-47. Ryder blocked by Jason Williams.
7 on the shot clock.
Off the reload. Clock still rolling. Ryder stayed with it and got the 2. As Kittle sagged a little bit, gave him some room, and Ryder said, hey, I'm going to take this one and get it right back. 57-49. Blazers trailing on the base. On the miss by Williams, maybe a little out of his range. Damon leaps, looks for some screen help. Shoots it. Doesn't get it. Blazers as a team coming into this one shooting 45%. Blazers knock it out of there. And here comes Ryder. He's got a man on the left and a man on the right. He tries to cut to the middle, peel back, shot partially blocked from behind by Williams, and here they come. The Blazers coming into this game, Steve, were number 2 in the league in field goal shooting percentage. Nice pick. Easy 2, Keith Van Horn.
Yeah, but see, that's the energy, that's the pace that they want you to play at. They want you to quick shoot the ball so they can quick shoot it, and they're going to get you in a loose, unstructured game. That's when they feel they have a big advantage. Van Horn with another hoop, 4 in the quarter.
59-49, New Jersey. Ryder to the right base. starts in again. They have him doubled up. He drove right into the double team. Dug out by Brian Grant. Really forces his way inside here and knocked out of bounds with 1 second on the shot clock. 1.
Now, what the Nets are counting on, and it's been working since the first quarter of play, is that not all the calls are going to go against them. And Ryder shows the ball. It's swarmed on by Kittles and Van Horn. It comes back out. Watch Murdoch come back in, digging in. Sabonis out of the ball game. Rasheed Wallace in.
And 1 second to try and catch and shoot. Walt on the lob. There it is. They got it. Beautiful break off the top. Here comes Ryder. And Ryder on the lead lob. Guides it off the glass and down for a pair.
That's what I always say about defense. Is someone will go to sleep. And in that case, it was Kerry Kittles. All he had to do was stay in front of his man. He let him beat him inside. Turnover, New Jersey.
Excellent defensive read. And right out ahead to Walt. Sweet reverse by Walt Williams, and it is now 59-51. The Blazers coming back. Make it 53. Boy, they're slow on that scoreboard clock here.
And Walt Williams with a terrific effort as Kendall Gill is flying in from the other side. But this time, Portland beats him back. Walt Williams on the finishing end. A chance for a three-point play for Williams.
5-point ball game. 59-54. Blazers trailing with 7:25 to play in the third. Defense, pressure on the ball. Kendall Gill, no, and nobody there except 3 black jerseys.
On a night when Gill is making that shot, you got to be concerned with him. When he's missing it like that, that's going to turn you loose and get you in a breaking situation. Stoudemire on the penetration picks up the foul.
Eric Murdoch committing the foul. Well, the Blazers will have to inbound the ball, and it'll be a side front inbound with Walt Williams to trigger. Rasheed, Ryder on the right box, Damon down low left, and Brian Grant outside the circle right. And it's deflected by Jason Williams and taken away.
Well, the Nets are very good at reacting with their hands. When the ball goes up, Jason Williams was down, now they'll call a timeout.
A timeout. Blazers within 5. 6:54 to play in the third at the Meadowlands.
Blazer basketball is brought to you locally
for on sale for that game up on Tuesday against the Utah Jazz. They are off to a terrific start. Utah coming in to the action tonight, 9-1. You won't want to miss that. That's this coming Tuesday. And of course, the tickets are very affordable. Call Ticketmaster now at 224-4400. Representatives are standing by to take your order. 224-4400. Call them right now.
It is a 5-point lead, and Portland has been able to whittle one off. But what Portland wants to do now, again, is make them take time off the clock. Shot clock under 10.
That's 6 right now as Murdoch starts his drive. Damon went alone for a moment. He came up short, and Rasheed Wallace has got it. Blazers with a quicker unit on right now with Rasheed out there trying to help him out. Arvidas on the bench. Rasheed looking into the well to Bryant. Here's Walt Williams who goes to Bryant. Bryant is fouled for a second call in the lane on Bryant Grant. Mike Dunleavy was not at all unhappy with the way they moved the ball and got it inside, but it was just that Bryant was stationed in the lane just a hair long. 59-54, Blazers trailing by 5. Van Horn deep. Wallace defending. Backs down, and an offensive foul. Was that a travel?
No, it was a travel. It's the second time tonight where he's tried to create some space and lost his balance. Portland's defense has done a good thing. They just stepped away, and he's gone down.
That's what they're doing, Steve. I mean, he's leaning into the defender, and they're just backing off him, and down he goes. 59-54, Blazers within 5, and off the hands, J.R. Ryder, out of bounds. Ryder coming over to try and get the ball from Walt, tried to one-hand it. The ball hit him on the hand and out of bounds. And for the Blazers now, that is turnover number 13. The Nets also with 13.
Well, what you want to keep down against the Nets is unforced turnovers. They're pretty good, at stealing the ball and getting their hands on it. So you got to make sure you just don't help them out. Van Horn wants to drive.
Blazers double from the top, leave it for Gill. Not there, and the Blazers doing a good job of getting the board and getting out on the break. Stoudemire with Rasheed up underneath. Stoudemire will shoot. And they get it, but poke checked away by Rasheed. A very active Rasheed. Back to Walt. That looks good. He's got a three. He's got the three, and it's a 2-point ball game. 59-57, New Jersey. Rasheed Wallace has made a difference this time on the floor. Very active play at the defensive end and at the offensive end. And out of bounds off the hand of Van Horn, trying to put it down and slash to the cup. Well, the Blazers with 5:11 to play here in the third will inbound the ball side back.
It has been Walt Williams, the hot hand for the Trailblazers in the quarter with 8. See if they come back to him to try to get the tying bucket.
Fine Walt with the ball, defended by Gill. Up to Damon. Wrap around to Rasheed. Tough pass. Brian Grant goes and get it. Up the base. That's J.R. Ryder. Blocked inside. Here they come on the fly. 3-on-2 on the goal rush. Kittle's on the drive. Kittle's fouled from behind by Walt Williams. That's the Blazers trying to get back to cover in transition. And the foul called on Rasheed Wallace.
Well, they did a good job of collapsing on Ryder and closing off the lane. And Wallace never really got a chance to get up, and even with Kerry Kittles, and Kittles is pretty quick with the dribble, had the angle, just bore in, he'll go to the line.
And he makes the first. That's his first point since the first quarter. And Arvydas Sabonis will come back in the ballgame, and out will come Brian Grant. Well, Brian steps off, Arvydas steps in. Brian Grant tonight, as usual, a lot of hustle, 5 points, 3 rebounds, but the score, the box score doesn't tell everything. And Kittles misses the second.
Kittles thought he had a steal. One thing that Kittles is very good in the passing lane, reacted very quickly, tried to get the official to go for a deflection.
18 on the shot clock, trying to get to Ryder. Deflected on the entry attempt by Keith Van Horn. And there'll be a whistle and a call against J.R. Ryder. So Ryder on the foul, and it's a 60-57 lead by New Jersey. Give the ball to the Nets on the far side. Both teams with 2 team fouls. Here's Kittles, tries to up fake on JR, gets free, missed the shot, rebound by Wallace, and knocked away and out of bounds. But Rasheed really doing a good job.
Well, you know, one thing that Kittles is not confident in right now, and he's a terrific stick from the perimeter, is his perimeter game. He passed up a lot of shots on Sunday, didn't shoot the ball well last night, got off to a good drive and start in this ball game, but he's not really hurt Ryder or the Trailblazers defense from the perimeter, trying to bring it inside again.
Arvydas was up there. He got hit on the top of the head by Jason Williams and complaining to the official. No help. J.R. Ryder on the 3. It's in and out. They've got it. Here they come. Kendall Gill out ahead to Murdoch. He's got Van Horn at the rim and didn't see him. Back to Kittles.
They got a mismatch with Stoudemire against Gill. They're just lucky to catch the ball.
Sabonis came over to help and made him change his mind. Here's Van Horn in the miss. Rebound by Arvydas Sabonis again. Boy, he needs to wear a hard hat. He's getting banged on top of the head all the way around. Got 8 rebounds in the game. Down to Rasheed, clear it out. They try and sneak in to help on the double. There it is. Inside Ryder, stripped on the way up by Kendall Gill, and a foul called by the official on Kendall Gill. Well, watch the way they're banging Sabonis inside.
I think when you go out on the road, you got to be prepared for that. And over the top, Jason Williams, that's how he gets a lot of his rebounds and knocks Sabonis off balance. But when you're away, you can't expect that the officials are going to give you any breaks. You got to play with more energy. You got to put yourself in a position where maybe you can get the official to notice that kind of contact. And if Sabonis learns how to work with these officials offensively, he's going to start getting those calls.
3-point game could be cut to 1. Ryder at the line. Sabonis, for you fight historians, and maybe a few of you out there are, remember the name Primo Carnera? Well, Arvydas looked a little like Primo the way he was staggering around after he got hit on the head. And he's okay. JR at the line, trying to make 2 and cut it to 1. Scott Burrell just came in the lineup. You saw him for New Jersey. And Ryder has cut it to a 1-point lead. 59-58. We have 60 to 59, excuse me, with 3:22 to play in the third. Murdoch on the back down. Murdoch on the drive. Murdoch's got a pair, and he'll go to the line on the foul. David Stoudemire gets the foul.
And trying to get across the middle. They call a hand check before he gets to the line, so they'll inbound on the side. New 24 for New Jersey.
Don't score it. Make it 60 to 59. One official, I thought, gave them the 2 points, but they did not. Try it again. Kittles back to Van Horn. Blazers lead or trail by 1. Here's Burrell on the drive. Ties that running one-hander. No. Jason Williams. Good hands. Back to Burrell.
Exceptional hands for a guy with a broken thumb. Kittles trying to pop from the outside.
In and out. It didn't want to stay. And right now the Blazers getting out rebounded only by 3. They've come back nicely here in the second half. Jimmy Jackson draws the double. They leave Stoudemire alone. He can't get it. Arvidas is there. He lays it up and is banged on the way through. He will be at the line when we come back from this timeout. Foul on Burrell. 1-point Nets lead. The foul line. He was fouled by Scott Burrell. They have got their 15th foul now, so that means that New Jersey has created a penalty opportunity for the Blazers with 2:34 remaining here in the third quarter.
Slowly but surely here in the third quarter play, the Trailblazers have been able to reel the Nets in, make them play against the clock and slow the pace of the game down. Sabonis misses a first. This will be for the tie.
And he's got it. So Arvydas Sabonis has just pulled the Blazers even for the 4th time tonight. This game has been tied.
McIlvaine is in the ball game along with Van Horn up front, so they're going to look for Van Horn to score. Gets it out the other side, they're going to get a foul.
Oh, he's active inside. He is really active. And getting stronger as Rasheed Wallace committed that foul.
But this is a quick post and a quick step inside. He gets away with the hook. But, you know, I think what Van Horn again shows is that he's a tougher player than everybody thought he was, and he'll get in there and bump and bang with everybody, gets the first free throw.
He had a career high not long ago against Detroit, 35 points. This is the second, made the first. 61 to 60. The Nets on top. Ryder with 10 on the shot clock hit a rainbow. I mean a rainbow with Kittle streaked all over him.
8 in the quarter for Ryder. So Ryder, Sabonis, and Walt Williams have done all of the damage for Portland in the scoring. Murdoch.
Left alone, hit the 2. 63-62 as they yo-yo the lead back and forth. Eric Murdoch has really done a nice job here tonight. 16 points. Or is that 15? And the Blazers come right back and get a pair. Damon Stoudemire.
Stoudemire has been having trouble with this perimeter game, but got into medium-range area, shot that one with a lot of confidence. Maybe he'll get going here from this point on. Murdoch trying to answer back.
And McIlvaine gets the rebound. Close quarters, back to Murdoch. He's got 15 points on the reach out. Outstanding pass, and the back-cutting Van Horn got an easy dunk.
That again is what happens when you move without the ball. You catch someone looking somewhere else, and he caught Wallace by surprise, rolling to the rim.
1-point lead, New Jersey. Under a minute to play in the third.
Got a mismatch with Jackson on Eric Murdoch.
And they bring the weak side over to help out after Jackson drew the double team. They tried to get it back to Sabonis streaking in, and a pass by Jackson right at the feet of Sabonis out of bounds. 65-64. New Jersey by 1. Murdoch, Burrell, 6-7. Kittles goes back door. Ryder stays with him. Back to Van. No good. Sabonis up between. The 2 left go underneath, and there will be a jump ball. Arvydas Sabonis and Kerry Kittles will jump.
Now Van Horn launches it outside, and Kittleson manages to get inside. They both get to the ball at the same time. Sabonis, little WF right there, a little headlock on the way down.
Yeah, right. They even have that kind of move in Lithuania, huh? A little pro wrestling. And they'll jump it over again as Greg Willard. Now, what are they saying? That Arvydas leaned into him?
Violation.
Oh, violation on the Nets. Well, the Blazers will get it back.
Turnovers, and Portland has made a couple of more, and the only thing you have to be concerned about for Portland is the type. If they're making unforced turnovers, they're going to get themselves in trouble. They've been able to, for the most part, keep that down.
Ryder working one-on-one on Kittle. They clear out his side, let him back down. David does a good job of getting a hand on the ball, and now they get the ball, trying to get it to Sabonis, and they're going to make two out of this one. Two errant passes, and now the Nets by 3 with 3 seconds to play in the third. Damon will have to launch from midcourt. Hit one. Almost at the end of 3. A good quarter. 67-64. The Nets. A little bit better.
Well, the Trailblazers have been reeling in the net since that opening 32-point quarter that New Jersey threw at them, 17 and 18, so that's 35 points that they've gotten in the last 24 minutes of play. Portland's numbers are picking up. The field goal percentage, Portland started slowly. New Jersey was on fire. It's almost even now. A close ball game, Eddie, as Anthony comes back in for Portland.
The Nets coming into this game were 39% from the floor. They needed a breakout game. They're getting a better effort out of it tonight. Down to Sabonis. Beats McElvain to the basket. Fouled on the way in. And boy, they are not wasting any time at going in at Arvydas Sabonis. Every time he gets the ball in the low hole, they are doubling him and making it very difficult.
Well, McElvain is the guy that got beat on the play. He was late and opened the baseline to Sabonis, who was very smart in taking it. Van Horn couldn't get over there in time. That one got away from him.
And he'll go to the line and try again. And Sabonis, who has been a good free throw shooter for Dunleavy and the Blazers, on 2 tries. He is a 60, yeah, that's right, 66% foul shooter this year. That is not Arvydas Sabonis. Last year he was 80%, he's 78% career. McElvain, not close. Blazers have it, they'll try it again, down 3.
Anytime you can get McElvain shooting the ball, your defense has done the job.
That's a good point, Steve. McElvain is not out there to shoot. You want to make a shooter out of him. And Rasheed on the miss, and the rebound, Van Horn. Boy, he snapped that one away over the top of Jimmy Jackson. That's Burrell on the miss, and Arvydas has got another rebound.
Well, Burrell had that quick jumper going early in the first quarter of play. Hasn't really been able to find the shooting touch again. And again, if you're Portland, once you rebound the ball, you want to try to get to that high percentage area, try to get some layups as they did just before they finished the first half. Jackson.
Well, he rolled that one off the bomb, and that ball knocked away and out of bounds. It should come back to the Trailblazers. And they'll bring Brian Grant, Walt Williams back in the game, and J.R. Ryder will come away, and Arvydas Sabonis. The Blazers may step up their defensive pressure with Arvydas out of there now, and trailing it by 3 with 10:45. McElvain out, Jason Williams comes in. So Williams will operate against the smaller man with 14 rebounds. Arvydas comes off with 12 boards in the game.
Now, shot selection is what will be the story for the Trailblazers in this quarter. Jackson turns that one over.
And a 3-point New Jersey lead as they bring the ball over. In the fourth with 10.5 remaining.
Trying to find Van Horn down on the post. They're going to get Wallace on the hook.
That's Rasheed's foul. He's got quite a matchup going there with Van Horn.
Well, Van Horn is an active player, and this time he was able to get around in front. Wallace hooked him. Easy call, no complaint from Rasheed.
Eric Murdoch on the high screen. Leaping lean from the foul. Murdoch with a season high 19 points. 69-64.
Well, every time Portland has gotten close, Murdoch has come up with a little bit more separation for New Jersey. This is a guy Portland's got to get in the game. Squeezes one off.
And he got himself that little pastry bag shot. He is at the foul line.
You know, there's such a thing as being too unselfish, and Rasheed Wallace can be, you know, considered one of those kinds of players. He is a high percentage shooter, and Portland's the most effective low post guy, but he hasn't really looked at the shot that much. Only 4 shots until that attempt, so Wallace now has a chance for a 3-point play.
And he drives that baby home, and so now it's a 69-67 New Jersey game. Anthony on top defending. Jimmy Jackson chasing Kerry Kittles all over the floor. Very active young guy from Villanova. On the back down, there's the double. Anthony with a terrific defensive move, and it was out of bounds. That'll be New Jersey's ball when we come back with 8 seconds, and they lead by 2. Now for Tuesday, March 2nd, Western Conference champion Utah Jazz are at the Rose Garden, and tickets really are very affordable. In fact, they've never been more affordable. The tickets, call Ticketmaster now at 224-4400. Representatives are there to take your order. That's a game that I am really looking forward to because the Jazz have been terrific so far, 9-1, and have a 3-game winning streak going now. 224-4400. That's the number where the operators are, so give them a call. Rasheed Wallace has 4 fouls. Kendall Gill has 4 fouls for the Nets.
8 on the shot clock as the New Jersey Nets come in. Kittle's got to squeeze it off.
And the Blazers are all over the rack as Jimmy Jackson gets this one. Anthony with a head up, trying to survey to see who might be free. Jackson and Wallace interchange on the left side, and there's Jimmy coming back now to the ball. To Walt. Nets really playing aggressive defense tonight. Loop it into the hole to Rasheed on the back cut. There's Jimmy Jackson, changes up on the shot, missed it in traffic, and here come the Nets with a 2-point lead. 9:14 to play in regulation. Down to Chris Gatling, and Gatling backing in. Ball for the Travelers.
Moved both feet before he put the ball down. Kerry Kittles is coming out of the ball game, but he wants a little push now. He's moving, he's skating all over the place, and can't believe that the official made the call.
Scott Burrell has come into the lineup. Jason Williams, 6'10" in the middle. Gatling, 6'9" up front. Greg Anthony, open shot, missing. Rebound tipped by Rasheed over his back. No foul call. Someone tipped it in. Brian Grant, I believe.
They're going to give it to Rasheed Wallace, but it was Chris Gatling that tipped it in, so Wallace has got 5 1/4 tie ball game.
He did that in the first half. He tipped one in for the Blazers. Gatling's doing a nice job for Portland tonight, and we're tied again at 69. Last time tied 60. Gill, Murdoch backs down, tough shot. Murdoch has been terrific. He's got 21 points tonight. 21 points for Eric Murdoch. No Sam Cassell, no Ronnie Cycli. Cycli with a bad ankle also. That ball deflected by Scott Burrell. And they get it to Williams. How about the pressure here by New Jersey? Really doing a good job pressure-wise, and the Blazers come away with a 2-pointer on Jimmy Jackson's drive.
If you don't scramble under pressure, you'll get a shot like Jackson just got. Portland with their own pressure. The idea is not to panic, and Scott Burrell calls the timeout.
So with the time and 7:56 remaining, we're all locked up. It's 71-71 from the Meadowlands.
Nets battling injuries. Jason Williams, Sam Cassell out of the mix in this one. Jason Williams played with the heavily taped thumb. Kendall Gill pushing up Eric Murdoch. To Jason Williams, the layup's good. Nets 32 first quarter points, 10-point lead. Murdoch to turnover. Isaiah Ryder to Walt Williams. Hotel quality reverse. Williams, the 3-point play. Blazers trailing by 5. Walt Williams. Fancy drive, misses the lane, gets the putback. Blazers up. The wooden trail again. Portland 94-85, coming back on the Nets in this one. Portland's now won 5 straight. New Jersey hasn't. In fact, the Nets have dumped 5 in a row.
This is an opportunity to take charge. Let's see if they can do it. Jimmy Jackson and Greg Anthony, Walt Williams, Brian Grant, and Rasheed Wallace are on for Portland.
When the crowd gets involved here at the Meadowlands, it's a pretty noisy place, and they haven't had a lot to cheer about. Trying to cheer on the Nets defensively, Walt Williams makes them pay.
73, 71. Trapping Gill. He walked right into the trap over there in a foul call. No, a timeout call by New Jersey. 20. Well, that's not where you want to be when you're up against a team that likes to trap. And Gill will probably be reminded of it. Try and stay off those sidelines, because you got that sideline as an extra man. Not too much room to move. And Gill, on his way to the basket, fouled on the way in. That'll be the Blazers' second team foul here in the quarter. And so the team fouls are all even, and Walt Williams gets this one. Don't want to make it Rasheed because he's got 4, and that was on Walt Williams. There's Walter.
Kendall Gill on the free throw line, shooting 2.
And so Kendall Gill makes the first one good.
Gill, when he's bringing it to the rim, was effective tonight. When he's shooting from the perimeter, he's been very spotty. 4 of 12, starting the quarter, gets both free throws.
Greg Anthony will bring it up under pressure. The game tied again. Wallace comes back to get the ball. Give it to Walt. Walt on the scoop shot. No, gets his own missed shot. Lays it up and in. Walt scored the last 2 hoops. So Walt Williams doing a terrific job coming on and getting some points. And now the Blazers get it back. Anthony, hey, he's got a 3. A 3 out of the corner. The Blazers taking advantage. And returns on our BP move of the game, Steve, and here's the one they picked.
A defensive energy of Damon Stoudemire just as the first half of action was coming to a close, and that gave Portland a real shot in the arm, and we're able to cut a 10-point lead down to 6, and they have been on the move since that time. Big defensive play and save by Anthony got him a chance for a 3-pointer.
Greg Anthony's been terrific defensively and almost knocks this one away from Murdoch. Blazers did get a 3 out of that, and it's now 78-73. They waited the entire time out before they put the extra point up. And now we've got an offensive foul called against Keith Van Horn.
Van Horn stepped
over the end line. Well, he's got some big feet too, Steve. I can see why that would happen.
Well, Van Horn is very good at taking the baseline and trying to plan and come back in and steps out of bounds.
18 turnovers for New Jersey. Williams. Jimmy Jackson sets the screen on Van Horn. They bring Brian Grant from the opposite side. Inside to Jackson. He lays it in. Some terrific ball movement by the Trailblazers. And it's 80-73. What a run from the Blazers after it was tied at 73. 7 straight points here.
Well, the bench is really into this when they're up and they're yelling and screaming. Riders down there on the baseline talking. Tough shot inside. Knocked away. Gill from the outside top of the key finally gets the jumper to go.
Kendall Gill, who's now 5 of 13 for the game and 12 points worth. 80-75. Anthony, Brian Grant, inside to Wallace, back to Walt. He's got his time. He almost had to. Big rebound, Brian Grant. Foul by Eric Murdoch. Team foul 3. Murdoch gets the foul. And again, the reaching, scrambling, scratching hands inside and low by the New Jersey Nets.
That's a big effort by Grant to make the save. They get the call, and Portland will get a new 24.
We're down to 5:19 and a 5-point Portland lead. Now you got to dig down and get some will. Inside backdoor, Jimmy Jackson, block shot from behind, picked up Brian Grant, and fouled on the play. Grant lays it in and fouled on the play. The inside passing on that low offense is really working well, and the Blazers getting opportunities to score, and now lead by 7.
Well, this is a good pass and a better reaction by the defensive Kittles to slap it away, but it comes right back to Grant, who then gets a score and a chance for a 3-point play. So the hustle plays are going in favor of Portland coming down the stretch. 5:12 to go. The Nets seem to have lost that high energy that they had in the first quarter of play. 3-point play for Grant.
Biggest lead of the game by the Blazers. They trail by 14. They lead now by 8. 83-75. 5:04 to play in the game. The lane, that would count. It did not go. Kittles fouled on the play, and on the block, this will go against the Trailblazers. And this is on Brian Grant. Yeah, that's who it's on. Blazers now as a team have 3 and the Nets have 4. And we have 5 to play in regulation. And Kerry Kittles at the line.
Kittle started hot and has cooled since that time. Went from a player, hit his first 3 shots and had 9 points in the first quarter to 3 of 9 coming into this part. Gets the first free throw.
Makes them both. This is a New Jersey team that led the Eastern Conference in scoring last season.
They got a lot of people that can score. You know. Third quarter, he's got 7 points here in the quarter, 8 in that third, and the defense of the Trailblazers really picked up. Van Horn a turnover.
And the depth of the Trailblazers really showing here late in the second half. They opened up a 9-point lead at 86-77. We're down close to the 4.5-minute mark. The fact that Mike Dunleavy's been able to go to the bench and bring up people that have helped him has been something. And Williams again! Williams is on fire! Man, break out the asbestos gloves if you're New Jersey. Walt Williams has been sensational in this stretch.
Well, what you have to like about this picture is everybody is cheering for Walt Williams.
Middle of it.
Well, Walt Williams was very effective in the third quarter and just continued on as he has been able to ring the bell. They've been able to find Walt Williams in a lot of different places, but he's been a very effective and active offensive player. And John Calipari is trying to find someone that can defend against him. 9 points in the quarter for Walt Williams.
22 for the game now, Steve. As the Nets drive, coming up short, that's Murdoch. And the Blazers hang on to that very important possession called a basketball.
Now, the Trailblazers started the ball game as leaders in the Pacific Division, and when tonight with Seattle playing down in San Antonio, they could increase that lead.
Anthony back to Jimmy Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Blazers trying to use Rasheed Wallace on a little baseline turner, and the Blazers now lead 90-77, a 17-4 run. What a run here by Portland down the stretch.
Well, they've got New Jersey shooting the kinds of shots that they're not going to be good at. That's where Kendall Gill is good. That's where they were good in that first quarter of play, but they have kept them away from the basket. 6 1/4 for Gill.
11-point lead. Up they come, Brian Grant. They break the pressure. Here it is, a 2-minute. Kendall Gill trying to get back and cover as the Nets are scrambling now with 3:20 to play in regulation.
They started leaving about a minute and a half ago as the Nets have broken down. Early in the ball game, they were reacting. Portland was not able to get the break, but now Portland's pressure and their depth is really beginning to wear down New Jersey. Jim Jackson at the line.
And the Nets are over the foul limit with 3:20 to play. That is their 5th team foul. The Blazers have 3. Jimmy Jackson with 2. And it is now a 92-79 Trailblazers lead.
Now, this group of Anthony, Jackson, Wallace, Grant, and Williams busted this game open, and Dunleavy is riding this one out with that crew.
As the Nets have turned it over again. That is their 19th turnover. And the Blazers defense and that long bench that they have made the difference here in the second half. Be able to come off the bench with the people they have, play terrific defense, create opportunities. Greg Anthony with an almost at 2:47 to play in regulation. And here's Kerry Kittles getting pressure from Jimmy Jackson.
But you go from a team that shot 63% in the first quarter to a team that's been struggling. Still another, he's got 8 in the quarter. But what Portland wants to do with each possession now is use clock. They've got the lead, make sure that they get a good look at the basket every time down or drive the ball to the hoop. They don't have to take anything quick or deep.
92-81. Blazers with an 11-point lead. Get the ball to Anthony. Back to 6. Williams not this time. And Rasheed chases down the loose chain. The Blazers have done a much better job on the boards here in the second half and now have taken the board lead in the game. And again, a lot of that attributed to a deeper bench, fresher legs.
The Nets started off with a lot of energy, and Portland has just been able to wear them down. Calipari just asked Murdoch to take a foul. I'm not sure what that is supposed to produce other than more points for the Trailblazers.
The Blazers were behind on the board, Steve, by 5 at halftime. Greg Anthony missing the first free throw. They now lead by 6. So an 11-rebound swing here in the second half.
They were able to change the pace of the game, get it in favor of the type of game that they're going to be more successful in. New Jersey then became a quick shooting, jump shooting team and not a layup team. 81. Murdoch against Anthony, and Anthony's really done a superb job on Eric Murdoch, who was very difficult, very tough to contain earlier. Here he is with a deep ball. No. Rebound, Rasheed Wallace. And how important has he been off the bench tonight with 11 rebounds, 9 points. Rasheed Wallace. Just excellent work by Wallace off the bench. Here's Walt again. Walt's been warned. Walt just honeycombs the rim. Brian Grant with the board. Rebound foul called against Jason Williams. And the way the Blazers have spaced the floor offensively have created open opportunities by swinging the ball, and it has really made things open up inside as well. There's the bad hand we talked about. Ligament damage, they thought. Now they have determined that it might be a broken thumb. Brian Grant on the miss. Blazers 16 for 24 at the line. The Nets 12 of 15. Well, in the last quarter, the Nets got 18. In this quarter, they've gotten 14. So you go 17, 18, 14. The Trailblazers reeled them in as they've been able to get greater point production since that first quarter. Grant with his 4th point in the quarter.
94-81. That's Keith Van Horn. Blazers still ratcheting down on defense. Anthony staying with Murdoch. Pushing along the side to Kittles. And the Blazers defense again pressuring the ball, and that will come back to New Jersey with 8 on the shot clock.
But we see two things that have been very effective for Portland: their depth and their offensive and defensive energy, picking up Jason Williams right at the rim.
Yeah, they really set a nice screen on Grant to free up Jason Williams. Bryant fought through the screen, but he couldn't get there in time. So it's still an 11-point lead. And now Mike Dunleavy wants Jimmy Jackson to hold the ball. So Jackson with the ball at control to Greg Anthony. On a high screen by Rasheed Wallace.
Well, they're using clock. There's 4 or 5 on the shot clock when Anthony lets that one go. And, you know, the rebounding energy that New Jersey showed has gone away. Portland will get it back as it goes off the back of Kendall Gill.
94-83, 45.4 seconds remaining. Mike Dunleavy's club looking to come away with a win in the first of 4 in a row. This would be their 5th win in a row, going back to the Ford home last week.
So New Jersey will lose this ball game, but they won't get another chance to play Portland again this year. Calipari's probably thinking it's good that we don't. You know, in a balanced schedule, you always like to see an opponent the second time around. Murdoch, 9th round. 6 1/4 for Murdoch.
94-85. Final seconds of the ball game, and the Blazers are going to come away with a win. They've won 5 in a row, and this was an inspiring comeback after trailing by as many as 14. And the Blazers, according to Damon, 5 in a row. Yes, sir. A good effort, and a very happy Blazer bunch start to assemble and head to the locker room. And Steve, I tell you, this was just terrific the way they came back in the second half.
Again, patience, and they kept believing in themselves, and eventually it eroded the confidence of New Jersey, changed the tempo of the ball game, and they went it going away.
The big bench, and the Blazers get the win. The final score, 94-85. Steve and I will be with you Friday night from Charlotte. Till that time, so long from New Jersey.